Smoking is a silent killer. And because I stopped smoking recently, a year and 6 months ago, I'm ready to talk to you about my journey with a cigarette and also how dangerous it is and can end up killing you. So, the picture that I've chosen to present this story about my journey of as a smoker is correct. The first picture where you see that lady full of smoke around her, that was me on a regular for years. I started at 11 years old smoking, thinking it was so glamorous because the ad made it so. I remember the fag ad. I was young and I saw on a TV a young cowboy riding on a horse with a fag in his mouth. That got to me is the fact that I was not allowed to smoke too, and that got me curious because I was so young and it was forbidden for me to smoke. So curiosity took the better of me. And little did I know that I was going to become a smoker, and a terrible one for that matter. It starts like this with just the one. It looks all innocent and nothing to it, but really it's a deadly poison. Because cigarettes, the nicotine, it's a drug. It's a legal drug because it's inside a cigarette, but it's a drug nonetheless, and it's a poison who end up killing you over time. That's what is called the silent killer because it's not straight away, no. It's very small. You sip little poison like this. It goes inside you, the whole of your fiber, eyes everywhere, your belly, your leg, your feet, everything has the poison in. You hooked. Well, you start just like this. Just so, just like this. You don't even think it's poison until you get tricked because you don't realize it. It becomes part of your life. Psychologically, you're just a smoker and that's it. At the end of your meal, you have a fag. You wake up in the morning, that's when you're terrible. That's happened to me. You wake up in the morning, the first things you do, that's when you gone. You take a cigarette and you smoke it. I became like this. I can't believe it, but I did. Every morning, first thing I do, Trisha, I have a fag. Smoking the whole house up too, because my children were not smokers. So this was really unfair of me and not seeking. That's because Trisha was an addict. I had the behavior of somebody addicted to something. I was addicted to the cigarette. That was part of my life, and I had even a dealer who give me cigarette for free and I pay him at the end of the month. See how bad that is? Really, really bad. Well, when we first start smoking, at first your body reject the cigarette so strongly. You start coughing, you can even vomit because your body is not used to that poison getting inside you. But the smoke lure you into wanting more until you get another one and you don't think of it whatsoever. You don't think even what you're doing is wrong because it soon quite very fast become part of your life. Before you know it, you end up like this. That look fucking disgusting, ugly, terrible. And some butt has been smoked until the end of it. Not even leave a little bit of cigarette. You see, that is terrible. That's when, in your height of smoking, you start increasing the amount you smoke, but it's also the amount of money you spend on cigarette. You seems always broke because your addiction take over you and you spend all your hard-earned cash on the bloody things who kill you at the end of the day because that's what that can do. Back in the day in the UK, I heard somebody dying of passive smoking, meaning they don't even smoke and people smoking around them kill that person. So we should know that the cigarette is a killer, but it's a gradual one. That's why some people can smoke as me for so long. The bloody thing got me since I was a child. I started at 11. I stopped at 16 because that bloody thing gave me a pneumonia. Yeah, I had pneumonia at 16. Then after that, I stopped. I had to stop. Then at the age of 21, for I wasn't probably ready to stop probably, but at the age of 21, I came to England, UK, and I was bored. So what did I go and get? A cigarette. My body rejected that thing so badly, but somehow I forced it inside me and I carry on smoking. When I had my first child, I stopped smoking naturally. Then a couple of months after she was born, boom, back on it. Then my partner was a smoker too. So we smoked the cig. This was terrible. We smoked the house and everything. Then after that, that cigarette again, second child, I stopped. Then naturally I stop. Then again, boom. After the child is about 3, I start smoking again. On and off, on and off. So one thing they're all right, they can take it and leave it, take it and leave it. But all along, no, you're not. You're not all right. You're not taking it and leave it. This is an addiction behavior. Because you become responsible at some point toward another human being, you decide to not do it at all. Then after start because you think of the health of somebody else. That's when you well wired inside you and you think about somebody else than yourself. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you are not addicted to the poison, the nicotine that seep through you. Because when I detox that cigarette, when I felt it, it was disgusting, and I wouldn't go into my detox because it's very personal, but it is terrible when you detox from the cigarette. It is a killer. And I do that video to ensure that I talk to so many people so they understand that you can. Some people never stop smoking, they stop for lifelong. When you look at it, I was 11 when I started, I stopped in my 50. I'm not ashamed of my age. I stopped at 53 years old. 53. Yeah, I started, I was 11. If we do the math, hold on, 53, 11. So 11, you put 10 years, that's 21. You put another 10 years, that's 31. You put another 10 years, that's 41. Fucking hell. You put another 10 years, that is. Oh, it's not again because I'm shocked there. 11. Oh, 21, 31, 41, 51, 40 years. Ay, ay, ay. My lord. 41 and 2. I say 53, yeah? 42, 43. 43 years being a smoker. That is terrible and shocking. It is so fucking shocking. I can't believe this was me, but it was me. Did I plan to end up like this, smoking for 43 years of my life? Stopping from time to time because I've got children and things like that, and carry on the things until it catch up with me. And one starts thinking, oh my lord, I'm getting older. I I have difficulty doing my exercise because exercise is my way of life. I am an athlete. Yeah, and I exercise all the time. And suddenly, boom, Trisha gradually come in her 50 and think, oh shit, I'm getting older. I get up in the morning is a little harder. I go to because I work from home, I run my own business. I tend to come out of my house quite often because if you stay in front of a computer for days and days and days, you're going to become sedentary, it's called. Yeah? So you need to come out and meet the customer and so on. So I've been doing that in my business all the time because my business is online. But I've noticed because of that bloody cigarette, yeah, I thought, oh, Trisha, you're in your 50, my dear. Uh, I don't like to call myself dear, but you in your 50, you just getting older. Yeah? And I saw my health gradually declining, but not sharp decline, but a decline. And it was the cigarette. It wasn't me suddenly turning 50 because the effect of the cigarette, because I do exercise, got to me in my 50, not when I was in my 30, not when I was in my 40, because Trisha always go and do 2 hour exercise. So I take the stuff out of me every time, basically, but I don't. Because I pile on more and more and more and more and more and more on the top of me. So that can't be good. And you really do end up like this. My garden at some point, when I decided to my stopping my journey, stopping smoking, when I realized that I was addicted, because it's a realization. So when I realized that I was addicted, that I needed to stop. Yeah. So that shocked me, and I said, no, Trisha is not addicted to anything in this life. And from the time I put that in my mind, psychologically, my body went, okay, we not. Yeah? Then physically, it was different because the nicotine affects you not only psychologically, but it affects you physical because this is a movement that you do it all the time. So Trisha needed to find something to replace the cigarette. So I start chewing pen. That's not very good because it's plastic, but I did start chewing pen. That didn't stop me from smoking, but I've realized that I reduced it. So what I did, I buried my ashtray. I did. I binned it. Never bought another one. Then after it was a lighter, they disappear. So I thought to myself, if I don't see them thing, I can't smoke. That's not true. It's a method, but it doesn't work because the cigarette were on the top of my wardrobe. So my hand used to reach it, reach it. And my dealer was next door. So you see, when I couldn't take the craving, I just come out at any time at night. I say, hey, can I have a pack of fag? Give me, pay him at the end of the month. So at the end of the day, you see, and I even pay £469 worth of cigarette. This is a high amount. Ay, ay, ay. So I'm not ashamed of me, no, but this is why I said you always broke because you give that money to somebody else. That £469 I spent on cigarette, that could have been my rent. That could have been my food. That could have been going toward my mortgage. That could have been toward buying something for my business to make it better. Yeah, you don't realize the enormous amount of money you spend on the thing. And it does affect you. With that money, I could have gone and done my hair every month, except instead of every 2 months, I go and do my locks because or eat a lot more. It's not because smoking. They say smoking stop you to eat. Yes, it does affect your stomach, but not to the point that you don't eat. It's because you spend all that money on a cigarette, you see, and you spend your time smoking that you don't sometimes don't want food to eat, so you harming your own self with the thing. But why does that happen? Because it's poison. That's what it is. I don't know why we do this to ourselves, poison our body. I don't know why. Because since I stopped smoking, you see, I feel a lot better. And people have told me in the street, in my area, I look fresher, I look better, I don't stink anymore because the there's a smell when you're a smoker, and it's the smell of the cigarette. It remains in your clothes, your body, your hair, everywhere. But because you do it so often, you don't think it is there. But it is there. I can feel it in my house in the air. How I can breathe better. My window look clean. When I stop smoking, I clean my PVC window, I clean my window, I remove that much of smoke on it. I start cleaning the whole house, the whole of it, the whole of it. My child who lived with me, she didn't believe me that I was going and not okay. It took her a year to believe that her mom wasn't a smoker again. I ban people coming to my office, my home office, and smoke. I don't want those people around me anymore. Especially when my early day of detoxing, I couldn't have those people there now because I was a bit fragile at this time. Did you see? I talk like an addict. I was a bit fragile at this time with the thing. Yeah, and that is smoking, and it's legal to do so because they think nicotine is harmless in a small quantity, but it's not. Because why I stopped truly is because I was on my way to go. Because I had a pneumonia at 16, but the level of smoking that I was doing, that was incredible. I was on 20 cigarette, 40 cigarette a day. Fucking hell, that is a lot. I don't even know how I binge all that, but I did. 40 cigarette a day. My chest. My bicycle downstairs that I enjoy riding is my ride. I go everywhere with it. I don't have a car, I have a bicycle, and I go everywhere with it. Suddenly, Trisha ride it to the shop, and I'm like this, like if I'm gonna die. Yeah, I walk with my daughter, my last one, and we go shopping together. And I see my kid walking very far away from me, and I'm trying to catch up with her. I am in a West End with and I'm like this, like if I've done 20 kilometer. I realize that and I say, oh shit, Trisha, you're only in your 52 and you coming out like you fucking 70 woman. You can't even walk or 80 or 90, old age, grabbing you that quick at 50. And I look at her and I said, nah, nah, it's not that. Because I'm a fit person. My doctor says so that I'm fit. I did my uh, I did my health check and I'm fit because I do exercise. So I said, if I carry on like this at 50, how would I fucking be when I'm 80? Dead? Or I, am I gonna even live 80 years old? Or 90? Or even 100? I was rating myself going roundabout like maybe this year if I didn't stop it, to be honest. Because at 16, I had a pneumonia and I nearly died. Yeah, so. And I had a bug infection 2 years back, 49, 48, will nearly kill me. And I stopped this one and I wrote the bathroom fight a bug story for people to know that when you've got bug in your body and everything, they can fucking kill you. But that's another story. The book is on Amazon. So that's to find about stuff. But I decided to do a 20-minute video about smoking to make sure that people, if they smoke, that they realize that the thing can kill you. You can get addicted for 40, 50 years. I myself, 42 years. This is ridiculous. You wouldn't think so. That could happen to you. That those things goes in your life. There's some people, they never stop. My body looks better. People have told me my hair looks stronger. My teeth, they no longer have gum disease anymore. My gum look the way it's supposed to look. My feet feel better. My hand, the whole of my body feel a lot better. And after a year and 6 months, well, July, August, September, November, July, August, September, October, 4 months. Yeah, a year or 4 months, I feel a lot better. And smoking can affect everything inside you, your speech, your brain, your physical, everything. And what people think, the more you smoke, because it becomes such a way of life, just like the drinking, people who are drinker. But with drinking, you see it more quicker because the thing is stronger. So you see people dying quite quickly of drink. Yeah, and the behavior is stable outside. But smoking is equally bad. It's because I call it the silent killer. You don't show different behavior, but you have that addiction behavior. It shows is the money that you have. You don't have no fucking saving. You can't save. You don't have no saving. You eat, but you don't eat your full meal like I do now. And I'm not fat. Far from it. Look, I lost weight so quickly. This is me now. See this picture? How I look fresh and I have my hair done. And I'm gonna show you another fresher picture more the year ago. Well, it's only a year, but more the months go and Trisha stopped smoking. Trisha look fresh as fresh. Yeah, it's because I remove the four and I've got more money. I stopped cold turkey on the 14th of the 7th to 22. That was my life saver. I was starting to fade away slowly. My breathing started to develop issue and then sick. Every winter I was sick. I had a cold. Oh, I was. This year is cold. Nothing. What does that mean? It was this, the cigarette. Yeah, I am an athlete and I could not ride my bicycle long distance any longer. As I said to you, I put it down that I was getting old. I'm only in my 50s. Come on. Yeah, I put it down as this. It was the cigarette. A year on, Trisha feel a lot better. And I'm proud of me. And you don't even know how proud I am of me because I stopped the thing. Cigarette got me for 42 years. I don't care if I stop in the middle. No, because that's called stopping and restarting. Stopping and restarting. So that means when you stop and restart, you're not really cured from it. You still have the nicotine inside your demeanor is inside you. Now I feel that I don't have any more nicotine anymore smoking. Even when people smoke around me, my body rejects it. I go like this in a street. Hello, get away from me, people. That's how me go. But what surprised me, how quick my body went back to his normal self. I started riding my bicycle short distance to try to have my chest going back, the rhythm of long ride and the rhythm of exercise. So I try very slow like this. Then gradually my breathing went, my leg follow, my feet follow, and we roll. Every day I do that. Every single day until the distance gradually go bigger, bigger, bigger. And now Trisha is back because I've got my Apple Watch who does the distance for you, yeah? Trisha is back to 20 kilometer every day. I decided to go and buy my shopping in other area of London. And I find gem because some area is cheaper than the other. And I go riding. Today I'm so happy because I'm gonna ride to Croydon, Camberwell to Croydon to see my friend. He asked me to massage his feet. So I'm gonna go and do that. I've noticed that when before I got very bad with the smoking, when I was in my 40, I went and see it in Croydon. There's no way Trisha taking a bus. I never did take a bus to go anywhere in London. And suddenly my ass is on a bus. No! So I decided today I'm gonna go to Croydon riding and I'm not gonna be out of breath any longer because I've practiced my normal routine again. People have a car, I have a bicycle. Simple. So this is my ride. I walk or I ride. And also I went back to the gym outdoor and I could do my 2 hour weightlifting exercise after riding and things like that because I do 2 hour exercise every month and I ride my bicycle every day because we need to exercise our body. It's part of life. If you don't, well, you start not doing what you were doing. So it's important to exercise your body. know that I miss you. I wanna be with you tonight, but I cannot, baby. So, the benefits of smoking are immense. You can't beat it. You retrieve your health, basically. That's all I can put it. You retrieve your health. You can do your exercise. Your breathing is better. Your skin is better. Your hair is better. Everything is better. So, because I've got to get back to work in my business, but I wanted to highlight how stopping smoking is so important for your body, your health, and people around you too. One need to think of others because what you don't like for yourself, you don't like for others. Technically, that's what should happen. So here you go. This is me now. You're see how I look fresh. So stop the smoking and look how my hair are done properly. Bye for now.